We live? All right. Howdy, everybody. Let me turn down this volume here. This is American Hillbilly. And I want to welcome you guys to Saturday night guns, beer, and therapy. And I appreciate you all showing up, and we're just going to have a good time, talk about a few topics. And so, anyway, I want to say hi to the panel here, and then we'll get to the side chat. Appreciate you all showing up. We got Jamie, JH, and we got Hot Pot, reloading from the Hot Pot, Gene. We got Mr. MacMan, and we got Chris from the 740. Appreciate you guys joining us here tonight. And anyway, we got some topics here. I want to give the side chat a little shout out here. We got G23 out there. Hope you're feeling better, buddy. I seen you said you was still in the hospital. And so we got Vanessa Kitty out there. We got Garage Guy 879. Let's see. We got Bobby Barlow. Hi, Bobby. And I think that's about it for right now. But anyway, we'll start out with you, Jamie. Anything you'd like to open up with, buddy?
No, just thanks for having me on. Thanks for throwing me a link. Always look forward to spending time with these guys, man. Oh, y'all. Side chat, too. Very familiar names out there. So thanks for having me. Let's have some fun.
All right. Oh, and Daily Dose is out there, too. I'll give him a shout out. We got R4 Mississippi Thunder. Thanks for showing up, guys. Okay, Gene, what do you like to say, buddy? Anything in opening here? Start out with?
Thanks for having me on. It's always great to be with a bunch of like-minded individuals. Good group we have here. Side chat's picking up real nice. And, man, let's get some discussion on.
All right. Sounds good. Well, you got MacMan. What would you like to say, buddy? I know you have something that we want to probably put a link up to. What you're doing is a real great thing. So do you want to go ahead and discuss that a little bit now, or do you want to wait a little bit?
You can do it a bit later. I just want to say hi, guys. Thanks for having me on. Great to sit with all you great fellow shooters and reloaders. Really appreciate it. And like I said, trying out a new camera, new microphone. So hopefully everything looks good for you, all you guys out there. And pass it over to Chris.
Well, thanks for the link, Hillbilly. I was looking forward to it. And glad to be here hanging out with all of you and the side chat over there. Ready to have some fun.
All right. Well, I'm also going to throw this up here for a minute here, guys. So we are going to have a little giveaway. So if you want to go ahead and put hashtag HBN4, that's Hillbilly Nation, the number 4, and start putting that there in the chat, then we'll start collecting the entries for the giveaway. So anyway, tonight we just wanting to talk, or I was wanting to talk a little bit about some policies that kind of might show up a little different and affect some of the gun channels. So we're not here to bash on any YouTube policies or nothing like that, but just kind of discuss them. Something that we need to look a little more into and make sure that we're following the policies and guidelines of YouTube, so we won't have any videos taken down. So we've already know that there's been, a few creators that's had some previous videos taken down because a little bit of a policy change, or maybe, they've just kind of updated it somewhat. So anyway, I was going to go over a few of these, and like for panel there, you guys insert, anything at any time, what you may have heard or what you might know that's truth. So I found out I actually watched a video here on Mr. Guns and Gear, and so I'm just going to go ahead and put his little video up here so people can see who I'm talking about. Let me get this pulled up here. So anyway, this video here, he's talking about he had some videos taken down that was previous videos and everything like that, that because of just a policy change, you know, an update on one of their policies. And so I just want to kind of go through some of these so we can discuss them and maybe check them out. So, you know, we don't have problems in the, you know, in the future. So kind of from what he said on his channel, when I read this or watched this video and stuff, he got a strike for a magazine having over 30 rounds, which we know for a while now that's been a rule of theirs. So, you know, no magazines over 30 round capacity. And but these new ones that he said that they he got strikes for videos taken down, and he said he actually has a YouTube representative that he was talking to, and so this is what the representative was telling him. One of them was taken down because he was threading a silencer on the end of his gun, which he said he's had many videos with that. So I guess all of those now are against the guidelines. And then basically what he explains in this video after talking to the YouTube rep and stuff is you can't show installing anything or modifying your firearm. And so what was told to him is, you know, things such as a light, a handguard, optics, silencers. You can't put anything in or on the gun while it's on camera. So also the way he talked, that includes probably a magazine also, even though if it's the 30 round or less. So anyway, that's what I was wanting to talk to everybody about tonight, and we'll just kind of go through and see what people's heard and if you know what changes we might make in our videos you know, coming up. So Jamie, you got anything to say about that, buddy?
I was reading G23's comment. I noticed I've watched this guy's videos for a long time, on and off. I don't think I'm subscribed. I probably am. I just don't get any notifications. You know, all I can say is, for me, I do mostly my stuff is I do a lot of stuff on live stream. I do some videos. Most of my videos are older guns. I'm more infatuated with the old stuff, single action revolvers, Smith & Wesson revolvers, break action shotguns, that sort of thing. So, you know, I've got over 100 videos up. I do not want to have to go back and start looking for stuff like that. And I know y'all feel the same way. I know Chris and Gene's got a lot more videos than me. I'm just a small guy, man. I don't have 1,000 subscribers, and they pretty much leave me alone. I leave them alone. But
yeah,
the thing, I if I know what their rules are, I will gladly abide by them. And
yeah,
like what we were talking about right before we went live, all my stuff gets when it's loaded on YouTube, it automatically goes to I think Odyssey and Rumble, and a lot of our bullet casting friends and reloaders, they do full videos, and they're on those sites, but they're not allowed to put them up here on YouTube. But G said something that in that comment that I did like. how many of us have actually emailed YouTube and asked them for an explanation of what their policies are? I think that's where we need to start, and I'll try to do that next week and
Yeah.
see what I can figure out.
Yeah, and that's a great idea, Jamie. And like I said, this is not a YouTube bashing by any means or anything like that, guys. We're just trying to, maybe put a few things together that we've heard, and that way we can, have questions that we can ask YouTube if we email them or all that. So, anyway, Gene, you got any thoughts on this, buddy?
Well, I try to follow the policies. As soon as I do have past videos that I've got a lot of videos, a lot.
Yeah.
Some were 450 uploads, I think, some over that. So to go through all of them and try to nitpick each one of them, if they take them down, they take them down. You know what? I'm not going to delete my channel over it. I'm not going to be nasty about it. They change things as they see fit. So as soon as I heard about the installation stuff, about not doing that anymore, I quit. And I would show the pieces and parts, then go off camera, put it and do it, and then come back and show the product with it on. And that's what I'm doing now in my series. I'm not showing any installation. I'm only showing before and after. So hopefully that doesn't hurt anything. But it's their platform. It's not ours. And like Jamie, I have an Odyssey. I have a Rumble I've just never ventured into, but I've got everything on an Odyssey too. And I've got a backup channel, Hot Pot Tactical, just in case, that features no firearms on it. Only accessories, red dots, stuff like that, knives.
Yeah, and that's a good thing to have, and I agree with you on that. It's definitely nice to have a backup channel, so in case something does happen to your channel, then your friends and subscribers and stuff can at least find you. So
Yeah.
if if you do watch a lot of YouTube creators, and you have some out there that you really like, people, most usually have a backup channel, a B channel or something. So make sure you go over and subscribe to that also if it's somebody that you really like. That way, in case something like this happens and their channel or video might be taken down or just suspended for a little bit till everything's fixed, at least you can stay in contact with them and find out what's going on. So I think that's always a great policy too. So
I mean, YouTube's policies they've taken a 180. When I first started my channel and when I first started watching and then started my channel, you could watch anything. I mean, pretty much any install video in detail. You could watch bullet casting, powder coating, reloading. I mean, I learned so much stuff when I first started getting into YouTube. It was incredible. And now all that stuff's, if you see it, it just they haven't found it yet. There's a lot of content out there.
Mm-hmm.
That is awesome.
Sorry. So, MacMan, do you have any say about this or anything, or any suggestions for anybody?
Yeah, what a lot of this thing that's just come out now. You can't put optics onto firearms, and they're pulling that down. I don't understand where they're coming from. For an example, I follow a guy. He's got 300 subscribers. Some of his videos have got over 5 million views, and he's doing everything that we're getting pulled down for. Us small channels are getting strikes. We're getting pulled down because I got 400 subs. I think Chris is 2,500 subs and whatever. So we're getting Walter Bunning, CW. We're not huge channels, but we're getting hit with these strikes. But then these big guys they're allowed to do it. So I can understand why there's one rule for the big guys that are bringing all the money in for YouTube, and then there's another rule for us. And they seem to be tightening up on us, but leaving the big guys alone. And it's really frustrating. And I just wish they would be more even across the board with everything. So if they're pulling my videos down, they should be pulling someone who's got 7 million views down. But they don't. They leave it up there. So I just don't.
I actually heard about this. That's one reason I got referred to Mr. Guns and Gear. I seen Matt on Demolition Ranch. He was concerned about it because, he said, just inserting, the magazine into the gun, or, something like that, it was, 80% of his, videos. And so, it's kind of interesting to see, what they do with the bigger, content creators too. So,
and the other thing is the big no-no with handling firearms on live streams. But the guys can get away with it on the big channels. So are they safer than us because they've got a big channel, so they're allowed to handle their firearms?
Well, they're not. They're not now. That's what's been happening this week. That's why we're hearing so much about it. As soon as we all got out to SHOT Show, they started handing out strikes. So Mr. Guns and Gear got strikes. Demo Ranch got a strike. Grand Thumb got a strike. That's why there's a big boom of all this going all over YouTube and Instagram right now. It's because now the big channels are getting hammered too. So now what we got to hope for is the big channels got all the polls. So hopefully they've got representation on YouTube. Like none of us do that. We're all too small to have that. But hopefully they're gonna push back now. See, that's the thing. Like, and I agree with what MacMan said. Us small channels, we've been getting hammered forever. I got my first warning back in November, and I had to delete thousands and thousands of views off my channel. All the red dot reviews I do, I used to show the installation of the optic onto my slide. I would show you like what torque wrench specs to use and, use your Wheeler fat wrench and all this and that. I had like 20 of those that I had to go back and edit through the YouTube editor. And if you haven't ever used it, it's a real pain in the ass.
It is.
And then it's like a 24-hour wait for the video to finally reprocess itself. So, but now it's like if they're going to do this with the mag changes, I can't go back and edit all those videos. I mean, it's going to be impossible for me to do that. But yeah, it's a nightmare, especially when you gotta. So it's like back in November, I had to delete all those views away from my channel. All my trigger install video, any install video I had a lot of install videos. That Taurus TX22 I bought, the competition, I had 7-8 videos on that gun, how to install every single tandem cross part on that gun. I had to take them all down because that's what I got the warning for was upgrades on my Ruger PC carbine, my competition gun. So
was it a rule at the time?
Yeah, it was. I mean,
I was just curious. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, we all knew what the rules were. My problem is, I was kind of skating through for a long time. I never monetized my channel. I'm still not monetized. Every video I upload is for adults only, so I was trying to cover my butt the best I could, but I finally got a warning, so I had to go back and clean it out. So I'm not going to do anything about the videos that I've got my mag changes on until I get a strike. And once I get a strike, I'm probably just going to set my whole channel private In fact, that was something that I learned from Boom out there. He did the same thing. One of the strikes he got, he just went through and put private on every one of his videos. Now, nobody can watch your videos, so you're not going to get any views. You're not going to get any subscribers probably. But it's a way to keep yourself safe to get through that. What is it, 30 days, Gene, on the first strike before
Yeah,
it
I
goes
believe
away?
so.
Yeah. So that's kind of a fail safe. Go in and private, make all your videos private until that 30 days is up and that strike goes. Because, you know, if they really want to do it, I mean, they can give you a strike tonight, a strike tomorrow morning, and a strike tomorrow afternoon, and your channel's gone just like that. As soon as you got three in a row, you're out. So
Yeah, with as many videos as we have, Chris, man, it's going to take that 30 days to go through and make them all private.
oh, I know, but it's, I mean, there's some, you know, there's going to be a lot that, you know, you're going to be safe on. Like I wouldn't, you know, I'm not going to privatize the live streams or anything like that, but, you know, who's to say you're safe, you know? I mean,
Well, I was just, you know, like Garage Guy said there, my channel isn't monetized. It's been up for 10 years now. Knock on wood, you know, money is involved when it comes to, you know, too much work. Well, I wonder if this has anything to do with used to, they couldn't run advertisement on your channel if you were not monetized, correct? So when somebody was watching your channel, if you were monetized and getting paid for ads, then there was no ads ran on your channel. Well, here a while back, they changed that where they can run ads on your channel and you not be monetized. Well, one of the things that Mr. Guns and Gear said that his rep explained to him was YouTube is concerned about advertisers and what advertisers are going against. It says not only in the United States, but they're taking all the advertisers for all over the world in consideration. So maybe if you're not even monetized, those ads, you know, YouTube's still putting those ads up on your channel. So maybe that might be a reason why it don't matter if you're monetized or not. I mean, I'm just like guessing. I don't know.
So what are they doing? Are they guarding against firearm policies in other countries such as Europe?
I don't know. That's what I was wondering, maybe.
Because, you know, like China, you know, most of Europe and Asia is completely against firearms.
Yeah.
You know, so maybe that's what they're doing.
well, and that was something else that was said last week too, was that some of their responses were, well, YouTube's international. It's not just in the United States. So, but who knows?
And it's going back to it's like these competitions you go to, Chris. So everybody likes to watch them. It's in a safe environment. They're on a shooting range. All the guns are always pointed down range, and you're going through and shooting your targets. But you're dropping a magazine and you put in another one in halfway through your round. So does that mean all those competition videos are going to go as well?
It could be. That's the
what I was
thing. Like,
wondering.
I don't think so on the range competition ones, because I am monetized. And it seems like if I do an event and I upload the video, the monetization goes through immediately because it's a closed course. There's safety involved. You know, there's range officers around. There's make clear. You know, all those commands are in there. So when they see that, they see, and they do competitive shooting all through the world. I mean, that's something that's standard on every continent. So I don't think they don't bother mine. They monetize my competition videos. Now, if I'm just out the range plinking around, no, they won't do it. But if I say USPSA event or IDPA event in my title and stuff, they leave me alone.
But you're still swapping magazines, which is going against their policy.
Well, yeah, but it's in a competitive mode on a stage in a controlled atmosphere. It's not just out in a field blowing off rounds out of your firearm.
I understand that. I can see that, but it's there's a rule in line, You cannot show a magazine in and out. That's their rule. It's not, we're going to take away, if you're in a competition, you're allowed to do it. If you're in a gun range, you're not allowed to do it. If you're in the desert, you're not allowed to do it. So they've got one rule there that they say you can't change a magazine, but they're allowing it. So it's, again, it's just unfair the way they do it. They're just, and I don't know how we can get around it.
Yeah, and I mean, if there's just, I wish there was more clear set rules, you know, and maybe they'll come out with some saying, you know, this you can do, this you cannot do. That would help out a bunch right there, because, you know, I'm willing to abide by the rules. But if there's gray areas that you don't know about, you know, it's hard to abide by them. And when you do something, you know, somebody make a video right now and it's with the policies, everything's good. But then in 6 months, a year, 2 years later, if those policies would happen to change, I don't understand why those videos wouldn't be grandfathered in. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, like I said, like Gina brought it up earlier, and this is something that it's been hard for me to do, but I'm doing it now. But I started this channel. I never thought I'd have the subscribers that I have. I never intended to make any money off of this YouTube thing or anything. I don't want any money. I don't want viewer money on Patreon or anything like that. But it was hard for me to not show people how to install stuff, you know, because that was one of the big reasons I started this channel. I was like, I want to be able to show people how to build an AR. I want to show people how to do a trigger job on a gun. But what I'm doing now, I just started this process yesterday. All my videos they're on Odyssey. You don't get any views over there. I mean, people can say whatever they want, but people only want to watch you on YouTube. It's just the way it is. I think Rumble's starting to get a little bit of traction, but it's light years away from being anything like YouTube right now. But what I'm going to do once all those videos finally transfer over to Rumble, which it's probably going to take a month for every one of my videos to go over there, I'm going to go back and delete the videos that I've edited for YouTube, because I have all my videos on an external hard drive saved. So I will eventually, once the transfer process is done, I'll be re-uploading all my install videos to Rumble. So they'll be there for people. Because I get a lot of people now, they'll come back and they comment on the review video and they're like, what happened to the install video? And I'm like, oh, I can't have it on here anymore. Sorry, you know. So at least now they'll have a place to go now to watch those installs.
You know, I tend to take the time on occasion to go over to my Odyssey and I watch videos of people I follow over there. So all it's going to take is going there and interacting. So if you start going to Odyssey and start interacting, you'll start gaining people following you and views. I mean, just like here, I know. I get it. But you have to make it grow for you.
Yeah. I think the only one that I can see right now that could possibly make an impact is going to be Rumble. But now I'm getting some views over there now since the videos are going over there. But you know, it's hard. I mean, it's hard to. We all do. Everybody on this panel. We put a lot of time into the videos. We put a lot of money into this channel. Money that we're never going to get back. Money we're never going to see again. But we do it because we love doing it. At least I do. So it kind of sucks, you know, that. But it's not our. We don't own YouTube, so if we're going to sit over here and play, we got to play by the rules, I guess.
I'm with you, Chris, on spending the money.
Yeah.
You know, we spend so much to get gear and guns and video time and ammo. I mean, just camera equipment, everything involved into it. It gets insane. Now you're into the travel expenses.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm like, woo, man, that's a chunk to take out right there to do that.
Well, that's like today, I spent the whole entire day. I finished up the rest. I finally finished all my SHOT Show footage. Then I got back to doing what I want to do. I had a bunch of new products sitting here that had to be unboxed that came while I was gone. So I got those unboxing videos shot today. And then in the morning, I'm going to head to the range and start doing reviews. But I got to turn around Friday, and I'm driving all the way over to Pennsylvania to cover the Great American Outdoor Show.
Yeah,
So now you're getting a lot of travel expenses involved now too.
Yeah.
spent some time over in Harrisburg. It's a nice place.
I'm
Good.
looking forward to it.
It's a drive.
What I tend to do is, after editing my video, and obviously it transfers and it goes into one of your files, and then you upload, you open up YouTube. What I tend to do is I'll open up YouTube, and on another page, and I'll open up Rumble, and I do the video on both at the same time. So they both run in at the same time, and then I just copy and paste everything I write in the descriptions, copy and paste, drop it straight into Rumble. And they take about the same amount of time, the videos, to upload. And so as I'm uploading every video onto YouTube, it also goes onto Rumble as well. And I just send it over there, and it's there. So I'm getting more and more followers on Rumble. I keep having notifications saying they're following me. So more people are picking up on it. But as you said, there's nowhere near the following as there is on YouTube. So it's I don't use any of the other ones. The only ones I use is YouTube and Rumble, and I try and upload both at the same time.
You can't upload to one and have it automatically transferred to the other.
I don't know. Maybe you can, but I don't know.
Well, Rumble has the same setup as Odyssey now. All your videos from YouTube will automatically go to Rumble. You just got to go in and set it up.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that'd make it really nice then.
Well, I'm
But, here's the other big problem we got, too. Is like, okay, so you got G23. He's out there talking about Utreon. We're on here talking about Rumble. Gene's talking about Odyssey. So the problem is if we're going to make an impact somewhere else, we all have to get together and be like, okay, where are we going? Because we can only go to one. We can't just keep going like 10 of us go here, 10 of us go there, I don't know. I don't know what the answer is.
It's tough because none of the other ones have got the coverage that YouTube have got. So it's hard to know where to go.
Yeah, and maybe that's something as a community that, maybe we should start discussing, on some other lives and, just as a gun community, and find out where the best place is to where, at one time YouTube didn't have all these policies, correct? So the bigger they grow, the more money they pay out, there's policy changes being made. So, as a community of, 2A supporters and all that stuff, maybe we just need to start really doing some due diligence and checking and see what the best platform would be to, have a backup place, other than YouTube.
So G said out there that Utreon does an automatic backup too. See, I'm okay with that. Like you can go sign up for every one of them as long as they're pulling all your videos from YouTube. If they're doing all the work for you, then it's not a big deal. So maybe I will go over and start a Utreon account just to get everything switched over to them.
See, here's the thing. What Hillbilly was talking about, that's been going on since I first started making videos, and I started in 2017.
Okay.
And that comment you'd made, and the comment Chris made and the one you followed with. That's been the discussion since before I started in 2017. The problem is gun people, particularly reloaders, bullet casters, all right, look, you got the population of the world, right? Then you've got one tiny slice of that firearm people. Then you got another tiny slice of that is that reload. Then you got an even thinner slice of that actually cast their own bullets and all that kind of stuff. So, in the grand scheme of things, we're not that big a deal. But as you go diving into the rabbit hole, down into the well, into those fine slices of the segment of the population, we become more and more self-reliant and more independent. Getting these guys to settle on something is almost like you're telling them to do something, and by granny, that ain't going to happen. You ain't telling me what to do. It ain't like that, guys. We've got to be united if we're going to be able to stand. House divided cannot stand. And it's
100%.
that has been my mission since day one on YouTube, was not only to share back some of the information with new people that I have learned on coming up through, and back when I was learning how to reload and stuff, I was watching YouTube videos, and back then you could see it all. Were those rules in place then? I don't know, but they weren't being enforced if they were. But what I wanted to do when I started my live stream, our live stream, Georgia Shooting Connection, was I wanted to try and unify those segments of the gun community, the tactical guys, the FUDs, the reloaders, the bullet casters. If you're a gun guy, I wanted us to be unified as one community on YouTube and in the world, so that we can stand up and preserve our Second Amendment rights and preserve our First Amendment rights, which is being able to post what we want on whatever platform we want. But I do agree that I think Rumble is the way to go. Odyssey, I don't get much traction over there. I just feel like the only platform that's ever going to give YouTube a run for their money is going to be Rumble, particularly our segment of the world.
Well, I know you guys have done a great job at Georgia Shooting Connection, doing that, bringing a lot of people together. So really appreciate you guys on that, Jamie. And G23 just joined us. Hey, buddy, I hope you're feeling better and everything. And so you got something you'd like to say, bud?
No, on private, he said give him a few minutes. So
okay.
Just unmute your microphone, G, when you're ready to talk, buddy.
You betcha. So,
but yeah, that's been my mission, is try to get us unified. And I know guys like IV8888, military arms, all those guys, they're never going to, come down on our level. And I think that's part of MacMan's issues is, but if you look at it, it's a microcosm of society. It's the haves versus the have-nots. I mean, it's always going to be that way. It always has, and it always will be. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does to me.
Jamie's always the voice of reason.
Well, we all need that. We all need a Jamie in our life. That's
yes,
for sure.
Do.
And it's more than that. It's almost like they want to try to make sure that the JH586s, the Chris from the 740s, the Hot Pots, the Mac Men, the Hillbillies never get up to IV 8888 to what's his name from Nashville? I love the dude.
Hickok?
Hickok 45.
Yeah.
It's almost like there's a conspiracy to make sure that we, who came in later, never achieved that level of success and that many subscribers or that many views. Because if you look at it, a lot of the views come from their recommendations based on what you are already watching, you know.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, that's 100% true. Because if you're watching, okay, let's just say I'm watching one of Gene's videos, and when that video ends, it will either go to IV 8888 or Hickok 45. Every time. I don't care what good
Really?
video you're watching. It's always going to go to one of those two guys every single time.
Well, heck yeah. I precede them.
Yeah,
Well-
you're like the opening band, Gene.
Yeah. Hey,
It's
man.
not a bad gig, is it?
Get the crowd warmed up. I'm good with that.
One thing I understand, you know, they got the algorithm and this and that, but one thing that aggravates me, if I want to go on YouTube and search something like of right now, like I need an update of 2023. Well, you're going to find all those videos that has the most views, and they could be 5 years old. And that's not what I'm looking for at that moment. You know what I mean? So sometimes I have to scroll and scroll and scroll just to find an updated video for what I'm looking for. And, so, that's kind of a problem sometimes. But
I've got Utreon on another page, and that's the first time I've seen it, but it's very similar to YouTube. And I see some of the same videos too.
So David Walcott's got a question. It's off topic, but what are your thoughts on FN 510? David, I'm not familiar with that particular firearm, but I'll say this about that. If it says FN on it, it can't be bad. That stands for Fabrique Nationale. It's made in Belgium. What's up, G23?
hey, buddy.
That FN 510 was one of the guns that I was definitely wanted to see when I went to SHOT Show. So I did a short video on it. I absolutely love it, and I was a big fan of the 509 Tactical, and I think right now, if there was a 10 millimeter I wanted to buy, it would be that 510 in the tactical model. I like FNs. Their triggers, they get a lot of shit on their triggers because they do have a heavy combat trigger pull, but man, they're built like tanks. I mean, they're a nice gun, and I really like that one, David.
So they got a trigger pull like a high point.
It's not even that it's a bad break. It's got a nice reset. It's just they're heavy trigger pull guns. I mean, they're 6.5, 7 pounds on the pull. Now you can fix it with an Apex trigger, but I did that trigger job for that guy, which another one of the videos I had to take down. But after tearing that whole entire frame of that gun apart, I had a whole new appreciation for FN.
I bet you I can fix that trigger with an ink pen.
And you said that one's coming out in 10 mil, is it?
Mm-hmm.
With a 6-pound trigger, you don't really need a safety, do you?
No. What's up, brother?
Living the dream. Oh, wait. Guess it's not really a fucking dream to be in a hospital for a week.
Oh, it can be, man. Ask for a sponge bath.
Oh, I get those. I get those twice a day. What are you talking about?
Oh,
All right.
Well, at least it takes you back to your youth of just being on your back all day.
Oh,
Oh, sorry.
so the one thing,
Saying, man.
the one thing, like we're talking about all these different other platforms, and well, I'm gonna leave YouTube because of their policies. So let's go jump on this other platform. But have I read the policies of that other platform?
Yeah.
look, man. Let's get one thing straight, and let's understand each other. There ain't nobody on this panel or nobody else leaving YouTube.
No.
Flat out, point blank, because we ain't going to get near the exposure nor the views anywhere else. Now, we may do, like Walter does a great thing where he does teaser videos for his Rumble and puts a link in there. So all you got to do is click this link and you can go watch this video. That's cool. We ain't going nowhere.
All my videos that I put up, even my live streams, they automatically upload over to Utreon. And if you would to go pick any one of my videos and look at the video count on YouTube and pull up that same video over on my Utreon account, and the count and the views are almost identical. So people saying, well, we don't get these video tractions. Is anyone really paying attention? Because Rumble isn't the place. You realize that when you sign up for your Rumble account, you tell Rumble that they own your videos.
Yeah, there's a lot of paperwork.
And they can disseminate your videos how they see fit.
Well, I'm on your channel on Utreon, G. You got 45 views on the one chip challenge.
Yeah. that one's a little off because, if you look at like my produced content, most of those are right around the same, like actual views. And most people aren't going to, when they see that you have a 3-hour video, they're pretty much not going to watch that. But if they see a 15-minute video, they probably going to watch. They may watch part or most of that. And I've been on Utreon since it first started, and so like if you look up Tusk Currency, that's the guys that own Utreon, and they invented Tusk as a currency for the 2A. This is a way, you can invest in like the Tusk, and that's what they were trying to go about, was that they could start getting LGSs and different places to start accepting the Tusk currency, so that if the stuff that was going around where like, hey, we're going to be tracking and shutting down your credit cards and everything. Hello, just a minute, I'll be right back.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I don't want this to be a bashing on YouTube by any means. I mean, I plan on keeping my YouTube channel, even if I do a backup on, one of these other platforms. So, I think it would be a good deal, for us to kind of get together and, check out some policies and stuff on other platforms, so we can have a backup place in case, our channel's suspended or, something like that. But I'd kind of like to also maybe move on a little bit to the next topic I have here. It's basically I felt like it kind of fell along with the first topic. So all of us on the panel and many most everybody on the side chat is a YouTube creator. They have a channel or something. So maybe for somebody watching this after it's aired and stuff, is there any suggestions that any of us would have for somebody starting a channel, or maybe, like I said, they started a channel, they're in a little bit of a rut, they're not really growing much and stuff like that. So, any suggestions on that part of the topic? Jamie, you got anything?
I'm probably not the guy that you need to be talking to about that. I've been doing this nearly 6 years and I'm stuck at 850 subscribers. So, yeah. Find out the rules, follow the rules, be who you are, be true to yourself, and people will watch what you're doing. Uh, the little niche videos, like stuff is specific. It seems like the more specific the video is, the more views you get. Like one of my biggest videos is about one particular scope, and I get a lot of views. Or one particular reload, it's got a lot of views for my channel. For you, some of you other guys, not so much. But I wish you would be quiet. My puppy dog's in here.
That's okay.
She's grunting. Be true to yourself. Be true to your audience. Be who you are. Don't try to be something else. In other words, be you. Don't play a character on YouTube, because of all the guys that I've met, they've all been exactly in person as you see how they present themselves on YouTube, and I can appreciate that. Other than that, man, the more content you can produce, the more your channel's going to grow. I'm living proof of that. So, and a backup channel is a good thing.
Yeah, I agree with everything you said, Jamie. See, Gene. Okay, I didn't know he's unmuted now. So, you got any suggestions for anybody, buddy?
Just what Jamie said. Be yourself. If you meet me in person, I'm the same guy on those videos pointing that finger. Now, Chris knows it. Jamie knows it. I am who I am. I like to joke around. I like to have fun. My advice, read it, follow the rules, and have fun. Be yourself, man. Just enjoy it. Enjoy this brotherhood we have here.
Right. Vanessa Kitty says, about hashtag pull my finger. I don't know if that'll get you in the entry, but I like it. So, MacMan, you got any suggestions or anything, bud?
I think you can't knock anybody. You can't run anybody down, because a lot of these strikes are coming from, I believe, people watching your video and then hitting the report button. Because I don't know if they can sit and watch all these millions and millions of videos to see who's doing what and whatever. So I think that a lot of people are hitting that report button. So you don't want to be knocking people. You don't want to be running channels down. You don't want to be swearing, because it does affect, because if there's someone in the room and they're watching one of our videos and they might have kids in the room and all of a sudden we drop the F-bomb, it's not a good place for what we're doing. Obviously, in certain places, if you're running a live stream in the middle of the night and that's how a lot of you guys talk, not a problem. But we are trying to get away from just targeting one person. We want to get kids involved, because I got kids, I got grandkids, and I love taking them shooting. But I wouldn't let them watch some of the live streams. It's just the way the people talk.
Yeah.
So obviously you don't want to be swearing. You don't want to be, again, politics. You've got to leave politics out of it. And you just got to be how you talk if you went to a bar and there's ladies around and they might have younger children with them and you're having a meal. That's how you should talk. You should respect everybody. My opinion. I know a lot of people do swear on YouTube, and I don't think it's the way to go. And myself, I'm lucky enough. I'm a Mac Tools distributor, and I'm going to start going down a slightly different route. I'm going to be doing more tool reviews, because I want to try and build my channel. I'm at 420 subs now. It's gone up quite a bit in the last few weeks, but I started around about 350, 370 for a long time. And then all of a sudden I had a little bit of a surge, got some more people in. So I'm going to be trying doing reviews on toolboxes, tools, code. I dropped one today. We'll see how that one goes. And trying different things in your channel as well. If you it's like Walter goes kayaking. So if you dropped a video of kayaking, I like to go camping. So I do some camping videos and out on the side-by-sides. So there's other things you can do that will target a different audience, which will bring subs in onto your channel. So you don't want to just stick to, so if you're making pottery and you're making a pot, you don't want to just do videos on that pottery pot. You want to start looking at other things to bring other people towards your channel as well.
Yeah. Yeah, it is nice to see some different content. I know, like, a lot of people's probably watched some videos like I have. They're saying niche down, find your one niche, and stick to that. And I think that would, work on like people finding that particular niche. But myself personally, I want to put out fun content, and stuff, and entertainment. And because that's what I like doing, when I decided to start my YouTube channel is because a lot of stuff on TV I wasn't watching. I mean, when I did watch TV, there were older reruns of shows and stuff like that. And I noticed, grandkids, my kids, so many of them are on, their phones or whatever, watching YouTube and, different stuff. And so kind of my goal was to bring fun family type entertainment, to folks, be myself and who I am. I mean, that's why I named it Hillbilly, because actually naming my channel Hillbilly, that's not I'm sure a generated keyword for anybody, but I just wanted to bring in who I was and stuff. And so for me, that's what I think, if you do what you love doing, then it really don't matter, because some of this stuff can be quite expensive. And so as long as I enjoy doing it, and for me, entertaining people, maybe giving my opinion on a certain gun or whatever. But, that is one of the reasons for me. And Chris, you got something? And then we'll get back to you, G23, here in just a minute.
Yeah, I got quite a bit. I guess I could chime in on that. What Jamie and Gene said about being yourself, that's the number one thing right there. I would like to think that the guy that I am here on this chat right now is the same guy I am when you meet me in person. Another big thing for me, and this is my personal experience, is get involved in chats. Start going to different side chats. I wouldn't be where I am if I wouldn't have met AR and Echo. That was the first chat I ever did, and then that got me hooked up with Jamie over at the Georgia Shooting Connection. And hell, I can't even count how many different chats I've been on now. Get out there and meet other YouTubers and engage out in the side chats. Eventually, you'll get invited on a panel. Go on the panel. You might be scared to do it, but just do it. It's worth it. I think we all probably were a little nervous going on our first panel, but once you get through the first one, it's a piece of cake after that. But that's the biggest thing is get out in the chats, meet people, and it all goes down. Like take Georgia Trapping and Fishing for instance. Okay, I don't know crap about trapping, but I like to watch people trap. I like watching trapping videos. And then you get over there and look how great that community is. There's probably 20 channels I watch now that I found off of Georgia Trapping and Fishing. It's a really great community if you use it. You can use it to your advantage, but you also form a lot of great friendships out of it too. So chats are a big thing. So that's my word of advice.
Okay, G23, you got anything to say? Maybe suggestion. What we're talking about is people maybe starting a YouTube channel or trying to grow their YouTube channel, and that's kind of the topic we're on right now.
So if you're first starting your channel, maybe you haven't decided exactly what you're gonna do. So you just have it created as a YouTube, like so that you can comment out and side chats. Bounce around, see what kind of content you like. But again, you always have to be true to what you are. There's no way in hell, or I could be like, oh well, I'm gonna go imitate Jamie, or I'm gonna go imitate Chris, because that's just not me.
Yeah.
I couldn't be like, hey, I'm gonna go try making all my videos look like Gene's videos, because that's just not me. So it would crash and burn, and people are gonna notice that you're just being fake, and that's gonna hurt you a lot more than if you just do it slowly and methodically. You're more likely you're not going to hit 1 million subscribers overnight. It's going to take you a long, long, long time. So as you're doing your videos, don't be afraid to, hey, I produce, 2A content, but I'm going to go hang out with guys that do homesteading and ladies that do homesteading, and start talking with them, because you can gain subscribers from outside of your genre. And if you can get them to come and watch one of your videos and they're like, hey, yeah, I like that, and they stick around, maybe they don't ever buy a firearm, but maybe they realize that they're not as bad as what they've been told. And so they just stop voting to take our rights away. I don't care if every single person in the United States own a firearm. Would I prefer it? Yeah, probably. But I do understand that we have the rights to have our own decisions, our own preferences, and everything, I guarantee you, you guys wouldn't even realize how many 2A conversations I've had laid up here in a hospital bed.
Yeah.
You know, am I going to say that I turned any one of them and they're running out to buy a firearm? No. You know, have they come back on multiple different times and we've, you know, went deeper down the rabbit hole? Yeah. It's happened. So you can build that kind of stuff. And that's also how you build your channel. Because you can have your normal everyday conversations with people. And then, you know, during there, be, hey, I also run a YouTube channel. I'm trying to grow a YouTube channel. And they're like, what is it? So they go and they add you. You know?
Yeah, and that's something I've noticed because I trade stock market for a living, so I'm on a Discord, and so I have friends all over the world now. You know, I've been doing this for like 3 years, and there's lots of them because they know I have a gun channel. Like when I put my videos up, I also put it on that Discord. And so I've had a lot of people start watching, my videos from there and then asking questions. And you're exactly right, because, they thought all they knew was like what they had been told, or maybe something they'd seen on the news. And so it's nice to be able to touch other people and, they can start looking on their own and finding out that, firearms in the right hands, handled the right way, properly, is not a bad thing at all. And so, I mean, it's been great, being able to answer those questions, for people and, and get them interested. I have friends that's overseas that when they, make a trip to the United States on vacation, one thing they're wanting to do is come visit me and shoot a gun, And
so Hillbilly,
yeah.
When you say you answer the question, now do you just go out and give them the answer, or do you help guide them so that they can actually come across the information and make it so that they're able to like read it, and they're not like, well, this is what I was told. No, it's like, this is what I actually have, researched. I've found out. I've been able to, and you can always help them. But if you lead them to the water, they're going to learn more than if you just shove a water bottle in their hand.
Yeah, 100%. And yeah, that is exactly right. You guide them to where they can find information, where they can do the DD on their own, and that's always the best deal. I mean, by far, I believe. So, but anyway, I have one more deal here. Topic, and this is kind of just for all of us in general. So like when we go on a YouTube channel or whatever, what else, or like what do we want to see more of, when we're out there looking at different channels and stuff? Is there anything that you think, man, I'd like to see more of this, and I might try to incorporate that into my videos? Or it's like, I don't have the skills to do this, but I'd really like to see some more of this on something I'm very interested in. Jamie, you got anything, buddy?
Midget wrestling.
Midget wrestling. Oh my goodness.
Midget Jello wrestling.
I'm sorry, man.
Mud.
We've been so serious tonight. It's Saturday night. Hillbilly Hard, thank you for subbing to Georgia Shooting Connection. That channel pretty much just hosts our Friday night live streams, 8 o'clock Eastern time.
Yeah, he was asking about reloading 410, so I kind of guided him to come and check us out on Friday nights.
That's difficult right now because 410 components are always the hardest ones to come by, and I don't know why. It's hard to find holes for 410.
I'm probably sitting on like 150 holes.
Oh yeah.
For
Yeah,
410.
That's why you're so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Gee, I put mine in buckets on the back porch instead.
But I probably have 150 empty 410 holes that I've shot through the jugs.
So you like that judge, don't you?
Hey, did you see the new jugs?
Mm-mm.
Oh, the new jugs that's coming out. It's like the Executor or something. Executive, and it comes with wood grips. It'd be nice, but it's only a 2.5 cylinder,
Yeah.
and I've got a 3-inch. So I'd have to give up being able to shoot 3-inch 410s.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful gun. Did you see it's got a brass rod in the front sight instead of fiber optic? It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it
I
is.
saw that. But it is what it is. I'm saying the Jugs is a really nice firearm. And the thing is, I can put that Jugs in my wife's hand. 410, 45 Colt, it don't matter. The weight of that firearm mitigates so much of that recoil that she's pretty damn accurate with that.
Miss
Yeah, it's
Kitty,
nice.
I don't know what that's. Gandy and Petarmagan. Sorry, I don't get that one. But yeah, Hillbilly Hard's right. 410's just fun. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like a 22 rifle, sometimes you got to get back to the basics.
Yeah.
That's a country song, ain't it?
Yeah, I have a single shot 410 that belonged to my grandpa, and it's just so fun to shoot. I mean,
You can go ahead and send that to me. I'll add it.
See,
I don't know. It seems like everyone's complaining that they can't find 410. If I wasn't, locked in the hospital, I could go down to the LGS and show you probably 60 boxes of 410 sitting on the shelf.
Does 410 still take the 509 primers?
Yes, 209.
Or 209s? Well, man, there's stacks of them at one of my LGSs. Nobody buys them.
410s?
For primers.
Really?
Yeah, nobody buys them. They're in cardboard flats.
I got one of those. I finally threw it away, I think. Hold on a minute.
There's a stack of them there, man. They've been there for months. Every time I go in there, now watch I go in there next week and there will be none. But every time I've been there in the past, there's just a stack of them sitting there and nobody wants them. There's a couple shotgun reloading presses there. They got holes. They got wads. Powder.
I'm using Lee Loadalls. I got two Lee Loadall. One of them's a 12. One of them's 16. I have a conversion kit for 20. So I'll be doing 12, 20, and 16 gauge. I love 16 gauge, man. I know 12 is the standard, but golly, there's a reason they banned 16 gauge for a while in competition. That's why they stopped making it, I believe, building the guns and made it harder to find the ammo because 16 gauge was so prolific in Europe. And these guys come over from Europe, and that's pretty much all some countries over there. That's all the competition shooting you can do is sporting clays. Those guys are good at it, and they come over here and win our matches using 16 gauges, and they're like, "Well, we ain't having that. You can't have that 16 gauge stuff over here no more." I'm like, "What a cop out, man! Practice, get better."
Yeah, I got to shoot tomorrow. I got a USPSA tomorrow. It's an indoor match, but it'll be 5 or 6 stages. I think it's 6.
I've got a competition tomorrow also, Gene.
You're racing someone down the hallway to the bathroom?
I have
Walker style?
right. Okay. Let me.
Well, competition.
The actual competition part of it is going to be keeping the road closed. So there's, you got a one hand walker, one hand road closed.
And I was thinking I was sorry for making the midget wrestling comment. So
Nah, I love G to death, man. It's like, we get on each other. He gets me too. I've just been a little bit luckier at it tonight. I'll get it back though.
yeah, that's insane, GGW. $40 for a box of 410.
Oh, I got something else. Eggs.
Uh-oh.
What about eggs?
Our Aldi's has a dozen eggs for $2.99.
Wow.
Oh,
And they had
you're getting ripped off.
A sign that said, "Sorry for the price increase."
Was that $2.99? You sure that wasn't just one egg?
No, it's a dozen.
Y'all are getting ripped off.
Wife
Man.
bought half a dozen today for $4.
Local farmers, man, around here, and it has been for a long time, is anywhere between $4 and $5 a dozen because they're free range in their yard eating bug chickens.
Well, I've been finding out through some friends of mine too, because I heard some videos and then I kind of checked around with a few people. A lot of them saying it's the food that they've been buying, and it don't have enough protein and stuff. So the average person, the hens, are not laying, which they don't lay as much in the wintertime anyhow. But they're saying that those ones that they're free range in, or they're feeding them the right stuff, they're not having any problems. But
it's also a bunch of those, mill birds that are, just kept in,
yeah,
and fed. Those are also getting bird flu and stuff like that. So that kind of stuff is not helping. But there's so many organic eggs that are just out there. And a lot of people are, I don't know, I gotten organic eggs since I was a kid. So I think I'll just stick to getting organic eggs. I think I pay like $2.99 a dozen at max, and that's if I accidentally forgot to take my egg carton with me. If I take my egg carton with me, it's like $1.49.
Right on. We got some Amish folk around here that do that too. If you don't bring a carton or something to put them in, they charge you for it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I actually used to sell some eggs. You know, we had a lot of chickens and stuff, not as much anymore. But it was always a pain trying to come up with cartons for them for, you know, people to buy them and not bring them back the cartons. So, you know, but yeah, it's. I heard on one video, which you never know, like what's true and what's not. One chicken farmer, you know, he said that they have plenty of eggs. It's just for his point of view was the grocery stores was trying to give less to the producers and then make more money. And so he said, along with him, that he was only selling local because he wasn't going to take less for his eggs or something like that. And I don't know. That's just one person. And I don't know if there's any truth on it or not. But, you know, there's so many stories goes around when things like this happen. So, but
And
That's
and that goes back.
That's
That goes back to the very first comment we were making on you got to pay attention to who's crying wolf, because there's a lot of people on YouTube that'll come crying out, you know, that, oh, YouTube's out to get us. YouTube's out to get us. Send money to my Patreon. Send money to my Subscribe Star. I'm going to go to Section 6 platform, but you need to help me with my Cash App.
yeah. So, on the topic at hand, though, does anybody else have anything they want to throw in here about this? Something they'd like to see more when they're watching videos?
So, I've been doing a lot of it. You know, I'm not really saying single focus. You know, I could just stay, you know, focused on firearms and stuff like that. But I've been doing a lot of 2A content, firearms, and then lately I've been doing videos on outdoor. You know, like, because I'm close to the ocean and I'm close to hills, so I've been videoing more of that kind of stuff, showing people the scenery in the area. Because, you know, what you can do in a day, like where you can drive in a day and, you know, make some good videos and stuff like that, you don't know how many people that may affect, you know, because, like, they may not ever make it to Ohio, or they may not ever make it to, you know, Egypt, you know, they may never make it to Arizona. So being able to show your neck of the woods, people are going to go, you know what? That's kind of cool. And I don't even care if you live in Compton, California. I guarantee you there's places in that area that you can shoot some video and go, hey, I bet you didn't know that this business has been in business, you know, by the same family for the last 250 years at the same location.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I want to go to Winslow, Arizona.
You don't want to stand on the
He
corner?
said it'd be such a fine time.
And
I heard it's a fun sight to see.
I've grown up in Rome, Georgia, so I need to go to Paris, Texas, and Athens, Tennessee.
Or you could go to Tennessee, like some places up in Tennessee, North Carolina. I'd tell you to go to South Carolina, but there's nothing really interesting in South Carolina except Civil War. You know,
Charleston's a really fun place. I gotta tell you, Charleston is fun. Myrtle Beach is fun, but Myrtle Beach is in North Carolina. I spent 2 weeks in Columbia, South Carolina once, and that is the capital of the state. And
Mm-hmm.
it's like Mayberry. They roll the streets up at 8:30.
If you're lucky.
Hey, Jamie,
mean-
you can always come to Troy, Ohio.
There you go.
Oh, and Chris, it was the wrong Marion County that I told you about for when you were in.
It was in Indiana.
Yeah.
Yep, that happens a lot.
So while he was out in Vegas, I was listening to the police scanner on my app. I have an app that is the police scanner and stuff on my cell phone, and it said Marion County manhunt. So I was listening to it and everything, and then I went back after I texted Chris and said, "Hey, dude, there's like a manhunt in Marion County." I went back and started looking the next day, and yeah, it was Indiana and not in Ohio. So it is what it is.
Garage
everybody.
Guy says Myrtle Beach is in South Carolina. And
Yeah.
he was in Fort Jackson and Columbia and loved it. 2 years. Wow, man.
I was in
ready to go home in 2 weeks.
I was in Simpsonville, South Carolina, and there's places that are good, you know, and stuff like that. But I don't know. I'd
Okay,
probably
guys,
still go back.
make sure you're getting this giveaway here at hashtag HBN4, and we're going to go ahead and draw here. Let me see. I'm going to give away a tackle knife. I've been giving some of these away. They've all had like pretty good deals, I think, except for Vanessa Kitty. She got hers, and it came with the sheath and the paperwork, but no knife. So,
Limited edition.
Well,
take care of. So if anybody happens to have that same problem, please get a hold of me. So
that package you sent me
yeah,
is still sitting at the post office.
yeah. Been getting emails like it's still at the post office. So
Well, there's not much I can do, you know.
yeah,
Ma-
I understand.
So yeah.
So yeah, there's she got everything but the knife. So
See, I'm probably gonna get the knife and nothing else, or I'll get 2 knives.
yeah, you might get hers. Who knows?
Yeah, I'll end up with 2 knives.
So anyway, we'll go ahead and put this drawing up here, and see who the lucky winner is.
Yep. Oh, time to get my finger stuck, guys.
So anyway, we got 13 people in this, so let's see who the winner is.
Doesn't like it.
Apparently not.
Keith Gregory.
Congratulations, Keith.
Way to go.
Write this down. So Keith, I'll put my email up here on the bottom. Just email me so I can get your information, and I'll get it sent out to you. And hopefully you actually receive the knife. So, but anyway, it's right there.
Yeah, you know us when you're getting big time famous is when you have to put the real hillbilly.
Well, I wanted because I have a few different emails and with Hillbilly, and when I started like making sure the emails were available, like there was one that wasn't or two that like was real close, like it wouldn't like seem like it was going to work right or wasn't going to get
Yeah, you know why?
used real easy. So anyway,
Because I
thought
ordered the apple cobbler for dinner.
on those. So
I'll do it.
Every once in a while, you just gotta go. You know what? It's worth it.
so anyway, congratulations on that, Keith. So anyway, we will go through the panel here and let everybody say, give some plugs on their channel or what they got coming up and everything. And we'll start with you, Jamie.
Well, man, thanks for having me. Good to see G23 up and around and giving nurses a hard time. Thanks for the panel being here, and thanks for all you guys in the side chat. Most of these chats are on for you, and check us out Friday nights at 8 o'clock on Georgia Shooting Connection. We talk about reloading, bullet casting, and that kind of things. And appreciate you, Hillbilly. I'll send you a link Friday night. Don't let me forget.
All right, buddy. I appreciate that. Yeah, we had our grandkids Friday night, and so I was listening and watched part of it, but I wouldn't been able to get on. But I appreciate that very much, and thank you for hopping on, Jamie. I always appreciate you, buddy.
Thank you.
So, Gene, what you got coming up, buddy? I loved your video that you put out. The high point, man. I'm wasn't one of those so bad. So,
Well, I got a couple more coming out.
all right.
I'm doing some upgrades on it. It's going to be quite interesting in the end product. Got a lot of plans for that thing. So I'm going to take it out and do some more shooting with it this next week. And I really liked it. Really do. My channel just got some more videos on the High Point JXP 10 series going on. I'm going to be getting a giveaway together. I got to get some stuff sorted out, and I'll be announcing that within the next week or two. And it's just because, and it'll be for the reloaders. That's for sure.
All right.
But other than that, man, thanks for having me on. I appreciate it. It's a great panel, great side chat. And, man.
Hey, thanks for coming on, Gene. I really appreciate you, buddy. G23, man, I'm glad you can make it in here tonight. Well, I think we're all wishing you the best, buddy. So, what do you got coming up besides wanting to get out of the hospital?
So when I do get out of the hospital, it should be like probably Monday. I'm hoping Monday, maybe Tuesday. I had a video that I'm going to shoot and put out, and it's going to be probably the most raw video that I will probably ever put out on my channel. And I want to thank everybody who's been in the side chat, everybody who's sent thoughts and prayers, and definitely want to thank all my new channel friends. I've broken the 500 sub.
All right, buddy.
So maybe sometime here pretty soon I'll get a giveaway going. I don't know. We'll see what goes on there. But if I do, I'm still not going to say anything about it because, there's some people that just show up, sub your channel for that giveaway, and then when they don't win, they get the hell out of your channel. So Um, it is what it is. So again, thanks for the invite, and glad to see everybody.
Yeah, I'm glad you can make it on here tonight, buddy. Thanks a lot. So, Mac Man, what you got coming up? And I'd like to talk more about what you're doing for Echo, because I guess somehow I missed the video. You know how what happens sometimes you don't get the alerts or this and that for the chance to buy the raffle tickets. So luckily I had your email, but there might be people out here that don't have your email, and so I'd like to maybe can you share that link also for people?
Yeah, you can put the email up if you want, or the link.
Yeah,
Whatever
I will pull this up here and try to get your link. So, but yeah, so if you'd like to explain a little bit about that, I think a lot of people's heard of it, but people watching this video later on might not, and so we want to get everything together that we can to help you out on this and to help Echo.
Okay, let me just see if I can find. I did have one of the knives here, but I can't see it at the moment. So over the last few weeks, I was running a raffle. We were raising money for Echo. We were struggling a little bit, so I put up 3 nice prizes. There's a set of screwdrivers, I think there was a set of pliers, and like a goodie bag then with shirts, fleeces, knives, all sorts in there. And all you had to do was buy some raffle tickets, donate some money, buy some raffle tickets. And it doesn't leave much time because hopefully now I've got this new camera system and everything. I'm going to live stream tomorrow for the first time, try and run a nice live stream, and I'm going to do the draw live tomorrow. So I'll be giving away the 3 prizes tomorrow. So yeah, it'll be a bit of fun. I did try a live stream off my laptop before Christmas, just run for about 10 minutes. But now with this new cameras and everything I got, we'll have another go at it. So yeah, guys. So I'll set it up tomorrow and run probably tomorrow afternoon and do the prize draw for everybody so they can see who's going to win those 3 great prizes. And I'd just like to say thanks to everybody who donated, who bought raffle tickets. It really helped Echo out. He was in a tough spot, and it helped him pull through. He had a decent Christmas, and he's really appreciative of all you guys, of what you've done. So thanks for letting me talk about it, and thanks for letting me come on. It's been great tonight. It's been good chat. Side chat's been really good. It's really great to see G23 when we heard what he had and everything. It was really worrying, and to see him on the mend and on the verge of coming out of hospital, it's fantastic. And that's all we want to see him in, is getting on the mend. So good to see you, G, and let's get you back to health. And thanks, guys. It's been great.
It's great having you on here, Mac, man. I really appreciate it. And yeah, that's a really great giveaway you're doing. And, it's a great thing altogether that you're doing. So, Chris, you've been very busy. And it sounds like you're continuing to be busy. So what you got coming up, buddy?
First off, thanks for the invite. What a great panel, too. Man, this is a good bunch of brothers here to hang out with. So side chat was awesome tonight. A lot of good people out there. I got Wednesday night. We're going to be doing the live chat at 9 Eastern. I got a special guest coming on that I've never had on the chat before. And I'm going to also have Mark Thomas on. I'm going to invite Bald and Curious on. Hopefully I can get him on there. Rich White. And we're going to have a pregame show for the Great American Outdoors Show coming up next weekend. So Friday morning, I'll be hitting the road, heading to Harrisburg, Pennsylvania to cover that. I'm only going to be able to cover it for one day. I thought it started on Friday, so I was going to leave in the middle of the night and head over. But it actually doesn't start till Saturday morning. But I'll be able to film in there for 10 hours. So hopefully I'll get a lot of good content out of there. This one's going to focus more on reloading. A lot of the places that I covered at SHOT Show, I'm not going to cover over there. I think pretty much all the big reloading companies are going to be there. We're going to have RCBS there. Dylan's going to be there. So I'm going to try to get some footage for more reloading stuff when I go to the Great American Outdoor Show. So that's what I got coming up. And then the following Wednesday, I want to get the old crew back together. Just have a fun chat with Jamie and MacMan and G, and try to get CW on there and just have a fun chat the following Wednesday. So that's what I got coming up.
That sounds exciting and a lot of fun, man. Yeah, looking forward to it, Chris. That's gonna be great. What I got coming up, oh boy. Been rebuilding the backstop here at my gun range. I just wanted to, get a better one built and all that. So it's been kind of hard for me to film some videos, and then we've had some terrible weather. We've had rain. We've had like 7.5 inches of snow. I mean, we've had a lot of stuff going on here as far as weather. am going to have a video dropping tomorrow. So I thought, since it's snowing around here, the Ozark Mountains are beautiful. So I just jumped on the ATV and kind of did a little circle around the hills here. And then plus, did a little shooting on that video too. So you got that coming out. But anyway, I just want to appreciate everybody that's been on the panel tonight and the side chat. I've really enjoyed it. I know the topics are not as fun as what I most usually like to have them. But I just kind of felt like I had questions myself. And so, I figured other people might too. So I just wanted to kind of get this out there so, we can kind of do some DD on it and, make sure that we're providing good content that's, within YouTube's policies and all that stuff. So with all that being said, I just want to thank you. Everybody remember God, family, and country, and make someone's day better, will you? And if the good Lord's willing, the creeks don't rise, we'll be seeing you again. Bye, everybody.